Okay, let's dive into this highly anticipated early access release. Welcome to this explainer. Over 2 million players, yeah, you heard that right, over 2 million have already taken the plunge into Subnautica 2. We're all eager to see exactly how Unknown Worlds has evolved their beloved, quite frankly, terrifying ocean survival formula. So today we are doing a full deep dive into the reviews, the wild new mechanics, and the technical performance to give you a complete picture of what awaits you beneath the waves. This is the absolute crucial question we are going to answer today. Consider this your ultimate buyer's guide for navigating these dangerous waters. Now, with the game sitting in early access, it is an incomplete experience by design, right? You're going to encounter missing features, some bugs, and literal red barriers blocking off unfinished sections of the map. But the real question is the slice of the ocean we have right now worth your hard-earned time and money?
Well, we've got a lot of ocean to cover today. First, welcome to Planet Proteus. Second, surviving the deep blue. Third, co-op and genetic biomods. Fourth, performance and PC settings. And finally, number 5, the early access verdict. Let's get right into it.
Welcome to Planet Proteus, a beautiful place to die.
All right, so your journey kicks off as a pioneer from a crashed colony ship called the Cicada. You are completely stranded on the breathtaking but incredibly hostile ocean world of Proteus. You've basically left a conflict-ridden Earth behind to help build a new future for 40,000 colonists. But, well, in true Subnautica fashion, things immediately go wrong. And this setup brilliantly illustrates the dark, kind of passive-aggressive humor of your corporate Altera AI, Noah. She cheerfully reprints your body every single time you perish. Because, yeah, death in Subnautica 2 isn't a permanent end. It's really just a terrifyingly casual contractual obligation. You'll lose some items, sure, but Noah will just construct a fresh version of you to toss right back into the food chain. The narrative here is a massive leap forward, utilizing environmental storytelling alongside a genuinely intriguing sci-fi plot about corporate apathy and a mysterious infection spreading across the planet.
Unknown Worlds has also made some massive mechanical and visual leaps for this sequel. They completely ditched the Unity engine in favor of Unreal Engine 5, and wow, it shows. This switch allows for stunning dynamic lighting, significantly more complex lifeforms, and a sheer level of scale that simply wasn't possible before. They've also totally overhauled the fundamental ways you interact with the world, adding 4-player co-op and vastly improving how you construct your custom tile underwater sanctuaries.
Moving on to Section 2, Surviving the Deep Blue, the Oxygen Countdown.
Look, no matter how incredibly beautiful the water is, never forget that it is constantly trying to kill you. You are going to very quickly fall into this chaotic, high-stakes risk-reward loop, where every single expedition is a tense countdown to asphyxiation. Picture this. When you start, you only have 45 seconds of air in your lungs. That's it. You have to dive to the seabed, frantically rip titanium from the sand, catch a fish, and race back to the surface before the darkness closes in. It is such a brilliant pacifist survival loop. The game literally never lets you get entirely comfortable. It forces you to push further out, dive deeper into these pitch-black trenches, and constantly weigh your curiosity against your rapidly depleting oxygen tank.
Because this is a pacifist survival game, you can't just fight the terrifying new Leviathans head-on. Instead, you're going to rely on this awesome expanded toolkit of gadgets to evade them. First up, the Wave Racers give you a vital wrist-mounted burst of speed to escape closing jaws. Then there's the Sonic Resonator, which is just a fantastic addition. Not only does it shatter resource nodes, but it acts like a concussive blast to push aggressive fauna away. You'll also get the Tadpole, a highly modular vehicle you can upgrade with turbo wings and storage lockers. Oh, and a really clever touch, you can actually harness the ocean's natural currents using hydroelectric generators to power your habitats. How cool is that?
Section 3, Co-op and Genetic Biomods, evolving together or alone.
So, these two major additions, multiplayer and DNA manipulation, are really what set Subnautica 2 apart from its predecessors. Whether you brave the depths completely alone or bring friends along, the developers have ensured the core narrative and that eerie, isolating atmosphere aren't ruined by the multiplayer options. If you want to play solo, the game feels perfectly balanced for it. It absolutely maintains that horrifying feeling of being just a tiny fish in a massive pond. But if you invite up to 3 friends, the dynamic shifts completely. You can build these sprawling shared bases, gather resources at a rapid pace, and literally have your buddies hang off the side of your tadpole submersible. It's entirely optional, but an incredibly fun way to experience the planet.
Then we have Biomods. This new RPG-like progression system actively rewards your curiosity, turning every new creature scan into a potential permanent upgrade for your Pioneer. By finding a biolab and scanning specific combinations of creatures, like say a hammerhead and a surge jelly, you can literally mutate your own DNA. You can equip active abilities like a much-needed quick dash or passive buffs that drastically reduce your oxygen consumption while you are standing still. That's a lifesaver, allowing you to carefully study derelict bases without suffocating. It makes exploring and cataloging life forms infinitely more rewarding.
Let's talk about the base building, because it is now incredibly intuitive. It allows you to stretch, pull, and seamlessly sculpt your underwater habitats. Instead of awkwardly trying to snap rigid pre-made rooms together, you lay down a starting tile and just drag it out. You can paint in windows, doors, and moon pools with absolutely zero friction. It turns what used to be a slightly clunky system into a genuinely creative and relaxing pursuit. Well, at least until a massive alien crab starts headbutting your new windows.
Next up, Section 4, Performance and PC Settings, Taming Unreal Engine 5.
Let's pivot to the technical side of things, because running a shiny Unreal Engine 5 game on PC definitely requires some strategic tweaking. The visual upgrade is astonishing, no doubt, but it comes with a hefty performance cost that even high-end systems are feeling. Leaving the game on the Epic preset can severely tank your frame rate and introduce stuttering even on modern hardware. PC Gamer actually tested this extensively. A powerful RTX 5080 only manages an average of 78 frames per second at 1440p, while the mid-range 5060 Ti drags down to a choppy 43 frames. For a game where fast, smooth movement means the difference between escaping a Leviathan or becoming its lunch, those numbers aren't ideal.
But check out this massive performance jump when we optimize the graphic settings just a tiny bit. The 5060 Ti jumps all the way up to a smooth 76 frames per second, and the 5080 smashes right through the 100 FPS barrier. The crazy part is, the visual difference is practically unnoticeable down in the dark, murky depths, but the gameplay feels infinitely better. So how exactly do we achieve this?
It's super simple. By dropping just these 5 lumen-heavy settings down from epic to high, you preserve the gorgeous visuals while practically doubling your frame rate. You see, Unreal Engine 5 utilizes dynamic lighting called lumen, which looks phenomenal but eats your graphics card for breakfast. Turning global illumination, shadows, view distance, shading, and effects down by just one single notch is the absolute sweet spot. Trust me, make these changes before you leave your LifePod, and you'll have a drastically smoother experience.
Finally, Section 5, the Early Access Verdict, to buy or not to buy. We've explored the depths and checked the data, so let's finally weigh whether this game is actually worth your money right now. Reviews across the board totally agree that the foundation here is phenomenal, but it is undeniably an unfinished canvas. 15 to 20 hours is roughly the current content wall. That's where the available story abruptly ends and you hit those early access red barriers. You'll be tracking down the black boxes of missing colonists, marveling at giant underwater structures, and uncovering incredible secrets, and then you just can't go any further. It plays out exactly like an amazing season finale of a television show that leaves you hanging. You can spend dozens more hours building megabases and hoarding silver, sure, but the narrative progression hard stops right around hour 15.
Ultimately, your purchasing decision comes down to this. Do you want to participate in the evolving journey right now, or patiently wait for the complete, highly polished 1.0 experience? If you buy in now, you get it at a cheaper price point, you directly support the developers, and your feedback will actually help shape the final game. You can play those 15 highly polished hours, put it away, and wait. However, if you are someone who hates being interrupted mid-story, or if you want the pure, unbroken immersion of discovering the entire ocean from top to bottom without hitting an invisible wall, you should probably just wait the estimated 2 to 3 years for the full, final release.
So, what's it going to be? Will you dive into early access with us, or wait up on the surface for version 1.0? Let me know what you plan to do in the comments. And remember, sometimes the absolute most terrifying monsters are the ones we haven't even seen yet. Whether you're building a custom tile habitat with your friends today, or waiting for the ultimate deep dive a few years from now, Subnautica 2 is already proving it has the magic to terrify and delight us all over again. Thanks for joining me on this explainer. Stay safe in the water, and I'll see you in the next one.